Now at 10, this is Fox 61, Connecticut's news station.
A man is dead tonight, shot in broad daylight in the capital city, and now investigators are trying to piece everything together to figure out why it happened. Thanks for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 10. I'm Brent Hart.
And I'm Sarah Sanchez. Hartford police just released the name of the victim hours ago. That victim's identified as 25-year-old Jared Floyd.
Now, Fox 61's Valerie Moravi talked with people who live in the neighborhood and heard the gunfire.
Yeah, Hartford police are now on the hunt for the suspect involved in this homicide, and this is believed to be the 6th homicide in the city this year. Now, people we spoke with in the neighborhood tell us they were terrified and they ran for their life moments after those gunshots rang out.
A young man is now dead after being shot in broad daylight in Hartford.
You know, there's kids here, there's a lot of things going on, and then for this to happen in the day is just, it's really sad.
Jordan Burrell moved to the neighborhood about a year ago. He says his heart goes out to the victim's family.
Right now, my heart is beating for this person because it's just so sad. It's just, man, I pray that his family can find whoever did this.
Police say the shooting happened at 1:30 p.m. on Capitol Avenue between James Street and Royal Avenue. The victim, 25-year-old Jared Floyd, was rushed to the hospital where he was later pronounced dead. A man who did not want to be on camera said he and several others ran to safety as soon as they heard gunshots.
I was really shocked because I had my granddaughter with me. I was in that building right there, and I heard 2 gunshots, and that's about it, and everybody scattered. It was real bad.
Although it is unclear whether Floyd and the suspect knew each other, Burrell says this is more than a gun violence issue.
Guns will always be there. It's the people who need the tension to de-escalate the tension.
With concerns about safety in the city beginning to rise, especially with the temperatures rising as well, Burrell says this is a friendly neighborhood and he still feels safe in the area.
You are as safe as you are, The normal thing that I do is pray and just be positive, and that's all I can do is walk in faith.
Again, the shooting remains under investigation, but anyone with information about this killing is asked to contact Hartford police. All tips can be made anonymously. In Hartford, Valerie Moravi, Fox 61.
New details from New Haven tonight. Police say they've arrested one juvenile who ran away from a vehicle they believe was used in the shootings of a man and a teenager. Now, here's what we know. One victim is a 43-year-old man, the other a 15-year-old boy. Both are expected to survive. Police say they were called sometime around 2 p.m. to Chamberlain Street. They found the man and the teen with gunshot wounds. Police are still investigating why the shooting happened.
Well, New Haven police have made an arrest in a 2024 murder. Oscar Darius is accused of killing Gregory Perez in January of last year. The shooting happened on Carmel Street. Darius is charged with murder and carrying a pistol without a permit. He's being held on $1 million bond. To read the latest update on all of today's local headlines, scan the QR code there on your screen and download the free Fox 61 News app.
All right, time for a look at the weather now. And after all the rain we got earlier this week, today's sunshine felt pretty nice, but we have more rain on the way.
Yeah, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Rachel Frank for a first look at the forecast. So, Rachel, when's the next round of rain and how long will this one last?
I think the next round of rain will be late tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, and we could see some locally heavy downpours starting around or after 4 or 5 p.m. But we're more concerned with what happens on Friday, and for that reason, we have issued a weather impact alert. We'll see periods of rain. It'll come down heavily at times, and once again, especially because the ground is already super soggy and waterlogged from the rain we had earlier this week, that could re-aggravate the flash flooding situation. So make sure on Friday, just a heads up that you might need some extra travel time. There might be some ponding on the roads, and keep an eye on the basements with an additional 1 to 2 inches of rain. Here's a look at the numbers. It's mild out there tonight with temperatures in the 60s. The showers that we've been dealing with lifting to the north, which been so nice to have a break in the action, and most of tomorrow is dry as well. Overnight lows will dip back into the 50s as we head towards daybreak. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds when you're waking up in the morning, and high temperatures will climb into the lower to middle 70s as we head through the afternoon. But again, around or after 4 o'clock, we'll see some showers developing, and there could be some heavier downpours and maybe even a few thunderstorms as well. These storms initially will be hit or miss enormous in nature, but then as we head into Thursday night, and especially on Friday, those showers will become more steady, filling in and then paving the way for a super soaker Friday. We'll talk about that and what it means for Mother's Day weekend coming up.
Rachel, thank you. Another Amazon distribution warehouse is coming to our state, bringing the total number of Amazon facilities in Connecticut to 17. The plan is once again touching off controversy among local residents who don't want to see more industrial buildup in their quiet community. Fox 61's Kay Pattyfoot spoke with people who live near the property to find out why they're opposed to the new warehouse.
It's been a few years since a court case ruled in favor of Winstanley selling off its 200 acres of land off to Amazon. However, some people in Enfield are still upset about this deal and are speaking out as this warehouse moves into their neighborhood.
Most of us here near the lake, we're against it altogether.
Why is Amazon even coming here? We don't need any more distribution plants. That's pretty much what America's come down to, is we just distribute. Everything's become a subscription. We don't make anything anymore.
Amazon has bought 200 acres of land off of 35 Beacon Road in Enfield. That land will be used for their newest distribution facility in the state. People who live near the site, like Karen Marinaccio and Detrick Gonzalez, say they're not happy about this soon-to-be new neighbor.
There's going to be more traffic. There's going to be a lot more trucks.
Tractor trailers, more building, more industrial on a property that's really intended to be lake property, lake community. So we weren't expecting it to be built up even more.
Marinaccio is also worried about property values in the area.
In the sense that there's many people that, certainly will make changes as a result. So it certainly could be an effect.
The land that Amazon bought was approved by the town of Enfield officials years ago for the construction of a large warehouse. As of now, there is no date set for construction to start for the new distribution facility. In Enfield, Kay Pattyfoot, Fox 61.
Well, tonight, the world is watching, anxiously awaiting the next pope. We have a live look for you now from St. Peter's Square in Vatican City. It's 4:07 in the morning right now in Italy. The sun isn't even up yet. But in the morning, cardinals will begin another day of this papal conclave. Here in Connecticut, local voices are painting a picture of what they hope to see in the next leader of the Catholic Church. Fox 61's Angela Bavaro is in New Haven with more from local Catholics.
When you ask that question, what are you looking for in the next pope? Of course, you're going to get a lot of different answers. But the local Catholics that we spoke with all agree they're looking for a unifier. At St. Peter's Square in Vatican City, the crowd is waiting on white smoke to rise out of the Sistine Chapel chimney to signify a new pope.
When we talk about seeing history, you are seeing history right now.
More than 4,000 miles away at Southern Connecticut State University in New Haven, Sidney Crockett and Jack Abbott are also waiting.
We are going to see the next era within the Catholic Church.
Both students are members of the Catholic Ministry Newman Society.
The Pope brings us together as Catholics, and he just kind of sets the precedent for Catholics to follow.
As 133 cardinals from around the world decide who that person should be in a secretive centuries-old ritual, Catholics in Connecticut are sharing their hopes.
I'm hoping the next pope is loving and caring and looks forward to the future to bring peace to people.
I feel like Pope Francis was a very progressive pope, and I just hope that we'll have someone come in and take his place.
He really was the person who really pushed this idea within his leadership that all people, whoever they are, deserve human dignity, and I hope that the next pope continues to push that idea.
The Archdiocese of Hartford is also weighing in.
Where is the church right now, as opposed to 12 years, ago?
Bishop Juan Miguel Betancourt is praying for a leader who can tackle the challenges and opportunities facing the world and the church.
The use of technology in a way that will be more helpful for the world, to bring more peace, talks about justice, collaboration within the countries, outreaching to the places that need our help the most.
This isn't like an election where we should have people who are picking for, who we want to win. No matter who's chosen, we should be happy to see this next era of the church.
For much of the past century, it's taken between 3 and 14 ballots to find a new pope. Reporting in New Haven, I'm Angelo Bavaro, Fox 61.
And from now until a new pope is selected, we'll be streaming the conclave on Fox 61 Plus. Just download on your TV and watch for free.